Yo, what's up? Super Bowl champ TJ Ward here, and I'm with Jim on Base. Tune in for my episode.
Hey, it's Ryan from the Gym on Base Show, and I want to give a huge shout out to my friends at Claim to Fame. They have some of the best jackets out there that I love to wear. You can rock them for date night, a casual outing with friends, or even while doing a podcast. They're lightweight, they're durable, and perfect for any setting. My favorites are the dark blue, the olive shade, and if you want to switch things up and go for a lighter color, one of my favorite go-tos is the Pacific blue. So check them out at claimtofame.com for all their different styles. The next time you step out, you'll be feeling good with Claim to Fame. Welcome back to another episode of the Gym on Base Show. For today's very special guest, we have on a Super Bowl champion from the Denver Broncos. He played 8 years in the NFL. He's a two-time Pro Bowler, went to the historic De La Salle High School, and went on to star for the Oregon Ducks football team. He also co-hosts his own podcast called House Call. Please welcome the great TJ Ward. TJ, thanks for coming on.
Oh man, appreciate the intro, man. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on. And we kind of said before we started, I had to have you on because we keep running into each other. So we had to get an episode knocked out.
Yeah, absolutely. I know how it is trying to book guests, man. So I get it.
First time I ran into you was in New Orleans during one of the Super Bowl parties. So I think you had a good time, right?
Yeah, man, I had a great time in New Orleans. They did a great job hosting a Super Bowl in the city. It was convenient for the most part. It was walkable. If you were willing to walk, you're going to get your miles in for sure because it was heavy traffic. But that was the convenience of it, like being able to walk when there's a lot of traffic if you need to. So I had a great time, man. Met a lot of people like yourself and just did a lot of networking and shook a lot of hands, kissed a lot of babies.
And obviously, you played in the Super Bowl. You won the championship in 2016. How many have you been to? Do you kind of go to them each year now, or does it depend on the city?
Yeah, I've been to almost all of them.
Mm,
Not all of them, but almost. I started going when I got in the league, but I didn't even go to the first two. I think I started going around New York
mm,
when Denver played in that first Super Bowl when I wasn't on the team and the
mm.
Seahawks killed them. And I had a ball. And then I kind of started going after that.
Nice.
If it was a city like that I wanted to, like I didn't go to Minnesota.
Mm.
I'm not going where it's cold. Like unless if Cleveland gets a Super Bowl or Denver gets a Super Bowl, I'll be there for sure.
It's funny because when you mentioned the weather, because even though it was early February, I felt like I was in early spring. Every time you walked outside in NOLA, it was getting a full-on sweat.
Yeah, it was humid. It was humid, and that's the beauty of the South in the winter is you do have that humidity to keep you a little warmer, but in the summer it's death. But yeah, Cleveland, I think, is building a new stadium. Supposed to have a dome, and I'm
Mm,
sure they're doing that so they can be eligible to host a Super Bowl because you know everybody's got a new stadium. So
yeah.
if you want to host a Super Bowl, you better be state of the art.
And for me, that was my first Super Bowl week I've ever attended. So it was a good warm-up. As you know, it's coming back to the Bay this year. So now I kind of know what to
Yeah,
do.
yeah, I'm excited. Right, I won mine in the Bay, so coming back
Mm.
as a spectator, enjoying all the festivities. Because I'm always asking, like, how was the Bay when we were in the Super Bowl? Like, how was the Super Bowl in the Bay? Like, and you get different explanations, but none like self experience.
Yeah, exactly. You're on lockdown, probably just sticking to practices and in the
Oh
hotel
yeah,
room, right?
oh
Yeah.
yeah, it's all business. We had a night to ourselves the first night we got into the
Mm.
city, enjoyed it, and then straight back to work.
Well, I also ran into you at the Hogue Classic in Newport Beach. So
Mhm.
I know you're a big golfer, right? You're getting into it.
Yeah, man, I've been golfing for the last 4 or 5 years, consistently for the last 4 or 5 years. I probably picked up some clubs and was messing around back in like 2012 when I was with the Browns. I think a
Mm.
couple guys were just going out, couldn't even get it off, couldn't even get it off the tee. But that was my first experiment with golf.
Well, you were paired up when I saw you with Puka Nakua. So
Yeah,
yeah, he's only 23. So how was his game?
Puka, doesn't play much, so he has a beginner's game. But you know what? He's ahead of the normal beginner because I think it's just his hand eye coordination and functionality is great. So you tell him a couple things about his swing and he just does it. So
Wow.
with some coaching, I think he can be pretty good.
Wow, that's pretty good. Because it makes me wonder when you're playing and you got people watching, there's spectators.
Yeah.
Does that get you a little nervous, or
No,
is it
believe
out of
it or
your
not,
element?
that was my first time playing like that and with
Wow.
spectators. So kind of not. I think anytime you have somebody watch you, especially on that first tee box, it could be an old lady from around the corner. Like you're gonna be nervous. So it just the more it really didn't matter. I was still nervous off the first tee, and then after that, you just the game.
Yeah. Well, I've been seeing your stuff on social media too. You're hitting the golf course and whatnot. So, have you checked off any like dream courses so far, like Pebble Beach, anything like that?
Not quite. I'm gonna start. That was kind of my goal for this summer is to get more around to some courses that are on my bucket list.
Nice. Well, I do gotta ask then because I'm terrible at golf. I wish I was good, but I do like wearing the golf shirts. So,
Yeah.
do you like rocking the golf attire? Do you, any go-tos?
Not really. Not when I'm not golfing. I really don't wear the golf attire when I'm not. I'm a bigger, baggier sweatsuits and hoodies type um running shoes
Are
guy.
you?
I love Air Maxes and Nike running shoes.
Okay. Well, we're talking about golf because you have a charity golf event next month. So, want to promote that. It's for the Ward Boy Project.
Yeah, May 12th, Warboy Project celebrity charity golf tournament at Ruby Hill in Pleasanton, and it's our second annual. Last year we held it at Black Hawk Country Club, which was a huge success. Raised a lot of money for the foundation, and this year we plan to do the same. And this year it's targeted towards our draw program, which is our mentorship program for teenagers from the age of 13 to 18 and just helping them with daily rituals, financial literacy, advice, guidance, nutritional health, everything, all the above to help, mold these children and these teenagers into um, great adults and help them secure those dreams and aspirations that they have. So this is actually our first year of the draw program. So it's really a huge thing for us, and it's a big step. It's one of the biggest things we had envisioned when we started the program is direct access, direct contact with someone and these kids, someone in a role model role, and like a big brother, big sister. So
Nice.
I'm really excited about that.
Well, I think it's really cool too because it's promoted. Well, your brother obviously is in it with you, but it's a
Yeah.
whole family affair. Your parents are on the board too, right? It's like a
Yeah,
family thing.
absolutely. My parents are on the board, my mom and dad, and me and my brother. We started this kind of as a TJ Ward Foundation back when I first entered the NFL, and it's just grown, and we, rebranded it as the Ward Boy Project just to get it, recognizably known as a family
Hmm.
organization and not just my name on it, because they do as much, if not more, with it than I do. So that was, the vision in that. But every year we're getting bigger. We're throwing more events, more fundraisers. And this year we had our charity craft feed fundraiser earlier. We're gonna have our camp coming up this summer
Hmm.
after the golf tournament. I just mentioned the draw program, symposium, and along with the Terrence Kelly High School Scholarship we provide to high schoolers at private schools in the Bay Area. So,
Nice.
yeah, we're trying to do as much as we can, but we need the community's help and resources. So that's what we're throwing all these fundraisers for.
Yeah, I'm gonna put some links in the bio, kind of spread the word, and put some clips out to hopefully promote your great causes. And the other thing that's cool about it, like you said, celebrity golf event. You got a lot of former players and teammates showing up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely some Super Bowl champs will be in the building. We got some Bay Area legends from the Warriors, Giants will be in the building.
Nice.
And we have some actors, actresses, It's a well-rounded group. It's a well-rounded group. So if you do sign up for the foursomes, you can find that at warboyproject.org/events. It'll have everything there. And you can sign up as a single, you can sign up a foursome, or you can sign up just to come and chill and have dinner. So you don't even have to play if you want to come support. So
Nice. It's going to be a great event. And, you mentioned some Warriors, some Giants. You're from the Bay Area. You were born or you were raised in San Francisco, right?
yeah, I was born and raised in San Francisco till I was 9, and then we moved to Antioch, or 8 or 9. Then we moved to Antioch, and you know, been out there. My parents are still out there since about '95. So I know I'm dating myself, but yeah, I was in Antioch in '95, and my parents are still there.
Nice. Yeah, I'm on the map. I'm kind of right below you. I'm Tracy, so we're kind of lined up.
Okay.
Yeah, right under each other.
Yeah, man. I had a good friend of our family, one of our board members, John Harvey. Rest in peace. He just
Mm,
passed away this week. I want to send a special shout out to him and his family. Um, he's track coach at De La Salle, member of the War Boy Project board. Just a great individual, great human being. We lost this past week, so
wow. Yeah. Rest in peace.
appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, being from the Bay Area as well, so many great athletes have come out of here. Just made me wonder, who were your favorite teams and players growing up as a sports fan?
Oh, my favorite. I'm a homer, man. San Francisco. I wasn't an A's or Raiders, no Oakland teams, man. Niner, Giant, and then Sharks. I guess like Sharks. They get some love down in San Jose. But Jerry Rice, Deion Sanders was my favorite players. Ricky Waters,
Mm,
everybody from that Super Bowl team, Merton Hanks, Tim McDonald, all those guys. That's my squad. And then I like the later guys. But I'll probably say my favorite players was Ronnie Lott, Jerry
mm.
Rice, and Dion.
Awesome. Good names right there, some legends. And I had to ask
Barry
too.
Bonds in
Oh,
baseball.
there we
Yeah.
go. Yeah, I'm a San Francisco guy too. It's for me, Niners, Warriors, Giants. So those are my teams. I think we're on the same page.
Yeah, for sure.
One thing I thought was cool about you too was you were here for the NBA All-Star Weekend recently, and I think you went to the dunk contest. Look like you had a pretty good week after the Super Bowl week.
Yeah, it was busy 2 weeks. I was wore out. I was wore out after those 2 weeks. But yeah, All Star was lit too. San Francisco is thriving. I wouldn't say thriving, but it's better than it's been.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can get back to the glory days,
Mm,
man. But I think the city's coming back. I think they need to bring the culture back. And I feel the Bay's losing a lot of the culture, and that's why it's not so fun, and everything is getting pushed out to the East Bay or whatnot.
hmm
And a lot of the city is just when you don't have the culture, when you don't have the I would like to say like the indigenous people that are born from the locals, the natives, they don't care about the city. That's why it's went to hell. You got all these implants coming in for tech and medical or whatever the case is, and they just don't care about the city. They're not culture. They're not in it. They're not from it. So we need to bring some of that back to the city and the Bay Area, and I think it'll thrive again. But
Yeah.
until that, man, it's gonna be a hollow little shell.
Well, I totally agree with you. I've been saying the same things for a while now, and but I guess one of the positive things is, and you've had him on your show recently, was someone like LaRussell comes in and
Yeah.
hopefully revives some of that, right?
No, absolutely. Russell, man, he is ahead of his time. He's a great artist. He's from the Bay. He reps the Bay like no other. And I think that's what's great about us pedestrians is that we love it and we rep it. Even though I live in LA right now, I live down here because I have things I need to do that aren't available in the Bay. So
Yeah.
I'm down here, but trust and believe. If I could be in the Bay and get work done, I'd be up there. But yeah, we just got to bring that love, that pride back, and along with the teams winning,
hmm
that helps. When you got the Warriors winning, the Giants winning, and the Santa Clara 49ers. Hey, I say that because my grandma lived like down the street from Candlestick, so we used to could walk to the games from
Mm.
her house, and I remember they were kind of beefing over can the Niners take the name being in Santa Clara and all that stuff. But yeah, they not in the city; they in Santa Clara. Let's
It's like the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, they're in Anaheim.
Well, speaking of the Russell there for a second, it also made me think on your, I think it was for House Call, you were up in the Bay Area for the Oakland Roots opening
Yeah,
game at the Coliseum, and another music legend looked like you were hanging with Too Short.
yeah, we were with Short. A little correction on the House Call podcast. We kind of took a break from that. We're going another direction.
Oh, okay.
So, but just stay tuned. Me and Sid are definitely going to be working together. But we got something else in store from you, but it won't be House Call. So,
Gotcha.
we'll keep you updated with that.
Perfect.
But yeah, we were at the Roots game with Short. We kind of just ran into him. We didn't know he was going to be there. Me and Sid, we like to get out and go to different events and show things and show, kind of behind the scenes of, what's going on with the athletes, with the performers, with different artists and creators at events, at games, at wherever we could catch them, really. At the golf tournaments, Hogue is another event we do. So, it's all part of the show. It's gonna be the same premise, just a different name, just different brand. But I just love getting out doing things like that and really showing, what is underneath what you see. You
Mm.
know.
Yeah, that's great. And it made me think as you were saying that you're both from the Bay Area.
Yeah, for sure. And we end up, we because our relationships, we had a few Bay Area guests on the show. So it's almost like a Bay Area show, but it's not because we've had other people as well. But uh, we've done both.
Well, it made me wonder because I'm a big music fan, so I'm always curious. Who was your first concert, and what kind of music are you into, or what's a memorable show?
Oh, my first concert was probably like Summer Jam in the Bay Area.
Mm.
A summer, like a mix of artists. And I just remember it being, ah, man, what can I say about Summer Jam in the Bay? If you're from the Bay, you know Summer Jam. You know how it was. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. That was
Nice.
my first one.
Okay. And one thing we got to touch on too was your partner in crime, right? Your son. Is it you call him Three Ward, right? Because
Yeah, three
you're the
Ward.
junior.
I'm the junior. His name is Terrell the third, and we just go by three. I was gonna name him three, but I wanted to. I could still nickname him that, and then keep the tradition of Terrell alive. That's what TJ stands for.
Well, I like that you say Terrell because every time I meet Terrell Owens, I accidentally say Terrell, and
Yeah,
he always corrects me. I'm like, God damn, I can't get on his bad side.
yeah. I think he may be the only one that goes by Terrell.
Oh, okay. Well, I wanted to touch really quick then because the Ward Boy Project, a family affair, brother, right? And am I pronouncing it right? Is it Tehran? Is that how you say it?
Teron, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was cool. You guys are obviously buddies through the years. I noticed when I saw you at the Hogue Classic, you have a cool necklace, WB, I think. Is that for Ward
Oh
Brothers?
yeah, War Boys. War Boys. I
Nice.
got it made up probably about 10, 15 years, 10 years ago. Um, I like the Warner Bros logo, and I just threw my name on it. Took it.
Yeah, it's a good touch.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I wanted to ask a question about your relationship then, because being a Warriors fan, as you know, Pat Spencer, he had like a jersey swap moment earlier in the year when he played his brother Cam when they
Mhm.
came through on the Grizzlies. So, did you ever get a moment like that with your brother, or like a jersey swap or anything?
Yeah, we did. We played each other when I was in Tampa my last year, and he was in Atlanta.
Nice. Because it
So
looks like you got a good man cave behind it, some jerseys on the wall and whatnot.
yeah, it's my Super Bowl jersey, Pro Bowl jersey, and some other things.
Nice. Well, it made me think too about, we recently had the NFL draft. So, does that always bring back some memories for you that you reflect on?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. Just watching some TV just now. Just the moments that these kids be fortunate to have, and yeah, you only get them once, but the moments from draft to meeting in the facility of your new team to the first game, there's just so many moments throughout this period that you just gotta embrace and treasure.
Yeah. Well, it made me wonder when you got the phone call, no one was cranking you on the other end, or
Nah, it wasn't. The pranks weren't popular back then.
okay,
Pranks to get you punched.
yeah, yeah. I was just curious, really quick, what was your take on the Shador Sanders crank call? It sounds like a mess.
Yeah, I think there needs to be more accountability for that son. I think that was a heinous and it was egregious. Like,
Yeah,
how could you do that? And for you to have the access and then give that access away to someone else, and you weren't even man enough to do it yourself. You gave it to somebody else to do it, which is even more cowardice. And he needs to be held more accountable. I don't know what the discipline is for him. I know Olbrick is kind of an old school guy,
mm,
so I'm pretty sure he may have ripped into his son a little bit, but I don't
yeah,
know the discipline of that. But yeah, the apology was cool. You know, he wrote the apology, accepted it, but it was after he got caught. So
yeah,
I know. I just think it goes beyond a mistake at that point. If something that takes that much thought to do, you had plenty of time to not make that mistake. So
yeah.
yeah,
I was just wondering, what's more embarrassing, being the son, or is it probably
right.
more embarrassing for his dad, right?
Yeah, I think it's embarrassing for more for the son, man, because if I'm the dad and I was talking to my dad about this, like I'm trying to show you the ropes. Like I take three everywhere. I want him to see what I do and how I do it. I'm
Mm,
trusting you as my son to keep this information as close to your heart as I do, right? You're my son. You're a reflection of me. So the son, he's completely the more embarrassing person in this. Because he's
yeah,
not a kid. What is he, 19, 20?
yeah. 21.
Yeah, 20. He's a grown man. He's
Yeah,
21. Come on, bro. You lost the trust of a lot of people, and unfortunately, it may be your dad as one of them.
mm, yeah. That's true.
Like that sucks to lose the trust of your father. That sucks.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the Sanders family, you mentioned Dion earlier. Did you, through your career, or maybe after your career, did you ever get to meet Dion or any of your heroes through the years?
Oh yeah, I met Dion a bunch of times, man. Dion is a super cool guy. He's very just to have his level of greatness in the sport and have done so much in the sport outside of it, to have a level of humbleness and recognition of every player that comes through, like, oh yeah, he knows guys. I know it's pretty cool.
Yeah. Must be surreal. And when I have athletes on, whether they're football, baseball, basketball, I'm always wondering, what was it like for you when you had your first NFL start or first playing action? Like, do you think back on that, what was going through your mind or how you felt?
Probably that's probably one of the least things I think back on is actually the first game. But besides the pregame antics of the fireworks and smoke and banners, cheerleaders, all that, once that whistle blows, it's the same. Like,
Hmm.
you're not really looking at I'm playing Terrell Owens, I'm playing Larry Fitzgerald. These guys are helmets and shoulder pads,
Mm.
and that's who they are. They're nameless, faceless when you get out there.
What do you think back on? Anything jump out?
Um, like I said, just the pageantry of it.
Hmm.
Everything pregame, it was like a movie. Like I've told the story of it being like in any given Sunday. Just how it was like flashing here, flashing there. It's kind of blurry. It was smoky. It was, I was a little overwhelmed, but not overwhelmed, but just like, damn, this is a lot before a game. But like we were beefing with Kellen Winslow because he used to
Mm.
play for the Browns, and it was just a lot going on. I'm like, damn, we gotta fucking focus on football after this. This is a lot. This shit is crazy, but it was exciting at the same time. So
Well, it made me wonder when I have people that have won Super Bowls or a World Series, what do you do with your ring? Do you bring it out to events or is it on
I bring
lockdown?
it out on special times when I need to, when I feel it's relevant, but for the most part, it's locked down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And when I was at the Hogue Classic, I got to talk to Saquon Barkley, which was really cool. And I asked him, what was it like winning the Super Bowl? And he said how the best moment was in the locker room with his teammates, but the second best was the parade. So do you kind of relate to that, or?
Um, I do. I would say Our moment in the locker room, I don't even. It wasn't like I guess most people. I just feel like everybody was kind of everywhere in our locker room. Some guys were stayed out longer. I think I had a lot of interviews and things, and I'm
Mm,
sure Saquon did too. And I feel like when I got in, it was almost like empty. I don't know, but the feel for me was out there with my family taking interviews,
mm,
my parents, my brother and sister on the field with me, my teammates, kids and stuff, and just in the confetti, and that was a huge moment. But the parade is definitely a great moment as well. But I liked our ring ceremony. Like
mm,
our ring ceremony was one of the funnest times I've had. Just really, well, they haven't had theirs yet, so he can't speak to this. But I think for a lot of or most guys, that ring ceremony is just special because you just get to kind of marinate on what you did. It was a little time has passed and you've been doing other things, but then you come back and you're all together. And some guys aren't on the team anymore. They
mm.
aren't in OTA, so you don't see them, but that team comes back. And guys that are on the team now can't come because you weren't on that team. So
Yeah.
it's a very special, and like I said, it's moments, man. That time of that group of people in that moment, it's very special.
Yeah, it's always crazy because I think about that, how maybe after the parade, that might be the last time in your life that everyone on that team is together all at once, right?
No,
That,
for sure, it is. Yep.
well, how did you celebrate then? Did you do like a family thing or did you go out with certain teammates, like a big event after? Or?
After the game,
Yeah, like do you guys kind of go out and like do something like a
I
little
mean, nah, I went to the club, so a few guys came with me. Everybody's, if you're a clubber, you go to the club. If you're a
Mm,
chiller, you chill. Whatever you do normally, I feel that's what guys did. Some guys stayed at the hotel.
nice.
I went out.
Well, I imagine then the next year, did you go to the White House? That must have been pretty surreal.
Yeah, we went to the White House. It was cool. It was all right. I mean, we met Obama. It was cool. It was a
Okay.
little smaller than I thought. You know how, the media projects it,
Mm.
but it was cool. It was a good experience.
And I thought it was really neat too. And your brother, probably on a really short list, right, of brothers that have played in Super Bowls because he played in one as well.
Yeah, it'd have been nice to be in a shorter list of brothers who won it. Eagles don't know how to, I mean, Falcons. God, keep the lead, man.
Yeah, Patriots came back.
Yeah,
Well, TJ, I got to say, it's been fun to have you on the show, reminisce with you. I'll put some links out. Everyone keep their eyes open and attend if you can, May 12th at Ruby Hill to benefit the Ward Boy Project. And again, TJ, thanks for coming on the show.
appreciate it. Thanks for having me.